Sports has transformed into an incredible entertainment industry, but some people were bored of the same old competitions and came up with the following ideas that are not only bizarre, but also extremely dangerous. Every year at Spring Bank Holiday, the cheese rolling competition occurs close to the Gloucestershire Valley of Brockworth. For the locals, this competition is extremely important. What happens is that a 9-pound cheese block is rolled down a hill and people from all over the place race from the top all the way to the cheese. Winner takes the cheese home. The wife-carry competition happens every year in midsummer in Finland. The rules of the game are simple. The male participant has to carry his wife for a 253.5 meter distance. The track has lots of hurdles, as it can happen as the man is indulged in water or moving through a dry land. The winner of the competition wins a cell phone and beer equivalent to the weight of his wife. Bossa Ball was started by Philip Eichmanns from Spain. The sport is a very dynamic blend of football, volleyball, gymnastics and capoeira. In addition, there is a trampoline on each side of the net with players jumping in to get strategic advantage. Each team consists of 3 to 5 players. It's not a game for the unfit, that's for sure. There is an actual pillow fight league. The league received a lot of media coverage back in 2006, and why wouldn't it? It's real women fighters performing mixed martial arts to fight their opponent. The only difference is that they use pillows instead of their arms and legs. It's not all fun and games though. The sport requires a lot of strategy, strength and aggression. The World Gurning Contest is held somewhere in the Egremont Crab Fair in United Kingdom. In this contest, one has to make the ugliest, most horrifying and shocking faces they can. The one with the worst face and best gurn wins it all. Goanna pulling, a sport that would be categorized into the latter, gets its name by the posture made by the participants whilst competing in the sport. You guessed it, it's that of a goanna reptile. The tug-of-war game with a bizarre twist, where you pull the rope through the back of your neck, has divisions for men, women and children. It's even hosted in the town of Woolley, New South Wales, Australia, every year. In extreme ironing, the players are supposed to go to extreme, unpredictable conditions just to iron their clothes. The website calls it the latest danger sport that combines the thrills of an extreme outdoor activity with the satisfaction of a well-pressed shirt. It can be done at unusual heights, underwater, from the roof of vehicles, or just while hanging down from a tall cliff. Most of us are familiar with wrestling competitions, but what about toe wrestling? Well, the sport gained interest in 1974 and even had demand to be put in the Olympic Games. The rules of toe wrestling are very similar to arm wrestling and require toe inspection before the wrestle. Played mostly in Japan, bata yoshi is a physical sport. In the game, the teams are pretty large, comprising of 75 people each. Bata yoshi requires 2 equal teams to play. The goal of each team is to defend its own and attack the opponent team's pole. First one to do it wins. However, it can get pretty harsh, and you might go back on a stretcher. Chessboxing is the hybrid of chess and boxing. The game consists of alternative rounds for chess and boxing. There are 11 rounds in total, with 4-minute rounds of chess and 2-minute rounds of boxing. Both knockouts and checkmate goes hand in hand. This game was started by a French artist in 2003 and is now quickly picking up fame. Underwater hockey, also known as octopush, is just like the name suggests, hockey, which is played underwater. Same rules apply. One has to hit the puck with the pusher into the opponent team's goal. Just one thing is different. The entire match is played from the bottom of a swimming pool. Bed racing started from the North Yorkshire town of Knaresborough in 1965. It used to be an event just for the military forces. Now the sport has been embraced by several people in the local bed racing contests. In the sport, there's a four-wheeler bed and 6 participants in a team who drive the bed from various hurdles and conditions, including a hill and a river, and the fastest bed wins it all. Belly flopping could possibly be the most painful activity one can do in a swimming pool. It feels like 1,000 wrestlers punching your belly until it burns. This might sound crazy, but there is a sport based on belly flopping. Every year there's a belly flop competition where participants spread out their bodies and jump into a pool. The most painful maneuver gets the highest score. Some might call sports with no clothes just another trend, while others may refer to it as a social agenda. Nudism is picking up its pace in the free world. It's also being reflected in different sports around the globe. There are several events and sports galas that are based on playing the sports without any clothes on. Even though sports without clothes has provoked interest for some, it's still a taboo for others. Shin kicking might be one of the most painful competitions in this list. Given birth from the Cumberland wrestling, this bizarre sport is terribly philosophical. In the game, different participants hit each other from the area above the ankle all the way to the shin. Players believe it has a strong metaphorical value that a man keeps walking no matter how many kicks he takes.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.